All right, y'all, let's get into more on Trump's return and the eclipse and the things that's been shown and put together and whatever else, all right? So, Trump was born under eclipse, in case y'all don't know. How this symbolizes is you had the dark sun first, Obama, all right? And then you had the new dawn coming out, the new light, and America's taken in to a new time, even though we're taken back in time, also when America's made great again and everybody wants Trump back and everything was doing good and all that kind of stuff, okay? So, as your Savior, He is also the Messiah, okay? And this Messiah relates to Mesoamerica and Mesopotamia and those types of things in history, okay? And we know that all those empires collapsed, and we can see it all around us, that the so-called enemy is within, and the Trojan horse has been open. Infrastructure, trains, all kinds of stuff is being taken out incrementally, and a lot of people aren't watching the news these days, or they can't even keep up with half the news, and it boggles the mind, okay? But it's meant to be like that. But you don't need to read everything. You just need to think for yourself and know that you're going into a new time, okay? So Trump, as the new dawn, the new light, he is the capstone of one and the cornerstone of another. So he's setting up the cornerstone now. This is where you're getting the divide, okay, in one way. And that is where you're getting like your conservative phone service, your buy and sell for the right hand, it's getting literal to where it's the right wing, the right conservative. It's in your right hand, the buy and sell. It's like, duh. Freedom. Come on, guys. Let's get this. It's not going to be that chip they're showing you. After it's all said and done, it may be that chip to get you to think again, to get you to wire up to the brain to make you the 2-in-1 again. But you've already lost the 2-in-1 because your light's gone dim, and that's why you're left behind. You don't have any light to get you caught up. You got to have some light to get through the darkness in this world. If you don't have any light in your head and you're not thinking, then you're not going to be able to navigate, and you're going to be going left and right wherever people are pulling you, okay? You can't be pulled by all these people in the world. You got to be your own stronghold, your own cornerstone, your own capstone. You got to be your own pyramid. You don't see them out there moving the pyramids, do you? Got 4 chambers, 4 heads. You're the structure. You're the earth. You're the walking, talking, living earth. The earth, the sun shines down on the earth. The sun shines down specifically on you, follows you daily, follows you nightly. It's made here for you. Each person, that sun is made specifically for you. It follows each person around daily. This world, we're all individuals. This world is an individual world. It is all each our own world. And we are coming together collectively as God in a collective hive to create a world out there. Or there's us as God right in here to control this. But most of us can't control this. We've lost the self-control. Okay? Little rabbit trail. So, the new dawn has come. He's setting up a foundation, the dark stone. He set up a foundation with opening the Obamacare, the free health care. Trump, he made a new test of men, the COVID test. And he's part of the DC, the Dawn COVID, and the AD for After Dawn. So the Elon is sprouted. You have the red sun caused by the eclipse right now in the sky, with the Zealand sky in Ukraine. And then you have, and the crane brings the baby, right? Drop, or the stork, whatever. They bring a baby and they drop it off. And then, I know it's technically a stork, people. But the crane, it's used to build, and we know that Biden has a Build Back Better, and that comes with an infrastructure and all those things. So that crane is up, balancing on the world and moving things around because the balance is off or whatever. So anyways, that UK crane is part of that stuff as well. And then Russia is that part of the red dawn and that red sky, the red sky that's caused in the eclipse. Okay, so once all these things, the heat of dawn, when that sun is just breaking out right now. Okay, that buy and sell app, he just released the quantum leap. That's part of the warp speed that he did, Operation Warp Speed. But he's the cornerstone. Okay, so what will happen is he takes the quantum leap. He says the quantum leap, his son, in a way, Elon Musk, the alien son, he's Elon Reeves or whatever that connects to Superman. So he'll be bringing technology. He's part of the sun that comes down, or he's part of the Superman that comes down from another world, Krypton, with the crypto. Okay, and then Superman, Man of Steel, is Donald Trump. Donald Trump is also Batman. He had the bat. Okay, so that's the DC comic characters. All right, all those tell what's coming. All right, all the Marvel to Marvel not. All those tell you what's coming. The Infinity Stones. Anyway, not to get off on the side trail there. So the red dawn, the red sky, the invasion of Russia, the wrath that ties to Korea or Russia in the movies, but it could be China or Iran, the United Arab Emirates. They have a Mars mission too. Any one of those four nations, I've warned y'all way back then, is hot to trot. All right, and America is a Mars mission. That's where you have the open borders and the localized EMPs with the being tested right now and all this other stuff. Okay, the trains, the toxic air, toxic water, the amoeba, all this stuff that's going to come, all this stuff we've been shown, it's all going to come whammo, whammo, right? People probably get the rabies, start biting you. That's where you got to carry your open carry. You got to start shooting people. Might get pretty good, guys. Might not get that extreme, but we'll see how it goes. But the zombies in the movies that you got to watch out for, those are the ones that took the thing, okay, or took the swab, that thing, and planted something or whatever, and it's not gonna be good. Okay, that's the new test of men. They're testing some shit out. All right. We've been told about all this stuff, and then like them doing syphilis on the blacks back then, and those types of stories. All that stuff's gonna be like brought to light. All right, and that's what's gonna help break down the old, and it's gonna be the attack on America, where the good becomes bad and the bad becomes good, and all your medical association, it's all gonna be changed in the future, and all this stuff, dude. It's all coming, but they're not going to demonize it so much to where you're not going to go in and get your treatment, because it's part of the pit of hell, right? It's the host pit hell, and they're going to need you to go get your treatments. They're just going to change the treatments per se, or the types of treatments. They basically know what works and what doesn't, okay? We'll do another video so we don't go down that side trail. But let's get into dawn. The dawn, when the Elon hasn't really sprouted yet, it's just doing its thing, right? And the birds floating around, tweeting around. So when when that sun starts peeking out even more, it like Don announced the quantum leap. He's part of the 88. He's setting up the foundation of the new age. Okay, so those futuristic flying cities or whatever that he's saying put in the national parks. Where are most of the national parks? They're in the West. That's where you need to go. That's where the heaven on earth. You're gonna be into heaven first. Okay, the hell is gonna be the old way, the East Coast, the Beast Coast, where Ron DeSantis and the old place is coming. But it's all gonna work in a weird divide. However they're gonna divide it, but they can do a divide without a divide. It can be like a slow divide, where those types of things. But let's get into the slow divide is where you see the old system, the boomer system and stuff, where it is dying out, where those people are just trying to hold on to that last 20 years of whatever, right? Because it's like a 20-year change or whatever. So those people, the boomers, they have like 10 or 20 years max, 10 years probably to live. So that's that last 10 years or whatever. They just need to keep them in the pen for a little bit longer, okay? But that's kind of why they're gonna take their wealth away and redistribute it before they die and give it to the young people that or whatever, because that still establishes those old kingdoms. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to flip the kingdom. So basically, if you're rich now, you're going to be poor in the future. And if you're poor now, then more than likely you're going to be rich in the future. You're going to be middle class or whatever, right? You're going to be well off. But at least as far as today's standards, because everything's being equalized, okay? And as God's running the earth, will all be equalized in a sense, and that's where the poor rise and the rich go down, okay? So that's where we're going, into that socialistic environment, because the point of government is to take care of you, right? It's not just for military, but the way government is today is to take care of you. So they need to give you all your shit, all right? And that's part of the god of this world, is the government, as far as carnality speaking. So that's just one more match, okay? So the dawn, okay, he's coming for a divide, all right? And he's the Dawn Nation, the Doe Nation. And what he's going to be doing is he's going to be proving the corruption of America and the corruption of the election and all these other things, okay? So when he does this, there's going to be like those call to arms kinds of things, or the return of Dawn is that, okay? The return, when I say Dawn is returning, he's not going to return into power. That's where you get the Dawn Nation, the Doe Nation. He's going to either be shot or taken out for what he has just done and what he has exposed, which there is great reason for that, and that's the mafia, getting back on the mafia and all those types of storylines. But he's exposing something, and he's going to drain the swamp, and with that there's consequences. And he's exposing himself, he's exalting himself as God, and gonna go against the nation and do some stuff. But when he does these things, he's gonna cause some hatred and some anger, but it's also going to cause some joy and happiness, because one side's gonna be losing and one side's gonna be winning, y'all. All right. So with that, you have the Dawn Nation, the Doe Nation, and he's going to either be taken out or he's going to give over the reins, okay? And this is where you can see like somebody coming out and they're trying to take out Ron DeSantis or whatever, and he comes over and risks his life and gives his life for somebody, or Donald Trump gives his life for the woman that's coming to vote, or however it's all going to work out. Or that's part of that scene where it's crazy, but everybody's cheering and there's death and gore and all these other things, okay? I'm going to have to end the video because of time.